What's the attrition rate in your property management business? Do you just accept the attrition rate is somewhere around 10 or 15%? Stay with me and I'll explain how you can reduce this to virtually zero. I'm Adam Hooley and welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's session on fighting attrition in your property management business. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner so you can get all the notifications on my upcoming YouTube videos. So in today's session, what we're going to do is we're just going to dig deeper into terminations within your property management business and get a better understanding on why your owners terminate and then how you can fix it. So we're going to have a look at definitely reasons that you can work on to prevent them. So just some benchmarking data that I've got here from all the businesses that we have worked with over time. So in the industry today, we're looking at loss management or terminations being somewhere between 5 and 15% of your business. Now, generally, smaller businesses have a lower attrition rate. Now, that's not because they're a smaller business, but that's because they're more intimate and they tend to do a better job. Now, as the business gets bigger and you become, 5, 6, 7, 800 managements, what you're needing to do is you need to drive a lot more processes to keep your business as streamlined as when it was nice and small. So what you're finding is your attrition rate is now blowing up because you're not managing the business as well as you used to. And that just comes with growing a business. Now, there's lots of other things you can do, and I've covered them in many other YouTube videos around systemizing your business to prevent that. And we'll revisit that again later in this video. Also, I just wanted to kind of have a look here. Now, I know some people have a huge list of reasons why you have terminations in your business, and I just wanted to pull out the 3 core ones here because you'll probably find that any other reason you come up with can probably fit into one of these 3 categories. So obviously the biggest one here, the big red section in this graph I'm showing you now, is service. It's made up of service reasons for loss management, and we'll go into that in a little bit more detail shortly. The next one is owner moving in, and I've got some stories around the owner moving into the property as well. And then the other one is sales, and what we're going to talk to you about how we can prevent losing sales from your business. Not prevent owners from selling, but prevent from losing sales in your business. So bear with me while we walk through these. So what I'm trying to do in this YouTube video is I want you to, as an owner or a leader in your business, be very comfortable with the reasons owners are terminating, because owners come up with many, many reasons, and many of them aren't driven by the actual real reason that they're leaving. They're just excuses that they're giving you or your agency. Now, don't rely on your property managers to do this, because it's not your property manager's fault. The last person that your terminating owner is going to give a valid reason to is your property manager, because they have a relationship with them and they don't want to offend them. So it's up to you as a business owner or a leader to intimately ring these people and do exit interviews and find out exactly why they are leaving your business, and not just taking what they say as face value, trying to dig around and get the real reason why they're trying to leave. And again, we'll go through some of those in this video. And then what I want you to do, the second part of this process, to then go away and review some of the processes that I'm mentioning in this YouTube video to see if you can help reduce your attrition rate. I've worked with businesses that have it down to virtually zero. It's not completely impossible. I will admit zero is probably impossible, but getting very close to zero is not. So let's walk through this and then you might understand why that is actually the case. So let's look at the first one, the first category I had there, which is the owner moving in. So what we're finding is that this may seem like a valid excuse for you that the owner's moving back into the property. But where I want to challenge you here is the reason the owner is moving back in, or the reason their children are going to move into the property, or the reason that they have a relative that's going to move into the property, is because often they do that because investment becomes too difficult. So they tend to move back into their property. Now, you need to ask yourself, why is investment becoming too difficult? Because there are a number of reasons here. And one could be service, that you're not giving them the best service, so they're finding the investment process very frustrating, and we'll revisit that again in our YouTube video. But the first one here is that perhaps it's their property. Perhaps their property is old, they're sinking lots of money into repairs and maintenance. Because it's old, they're getting lower quality tenants. Because it's old, that's also then making high delinquency rates. So tenants aren't paying their rent because you're attracting low quality tenants. they're sitting vacant for long periods of time because, again, it's not a very attractive property to the market. And then if that's the case, you can help them fix that. So you can put your wealth creation hat on, and then you can go to them with a proposition about how about we sell this property for you, Mr. Owner, and then what we'll do is we'll go and find you a more modern property that's going to give you better returns, better quality tenants, lower maintenance, and it's going to give you probably even, you know, more depreciation or tax offsets and things like that. So again, you need to dig deeper into these reasons and find out why is the owner moving in, or why are their children moving in, or their relatives moving in. And often it's because they're finding investment way too hard. So I just want you to consider that one. So again, I'm just challenging you to think about these things. I'm definitely not pushing blame on anyone here. The second one, which is the biggest one, obviously, is around service. Now, what I'm finding is that service is a big one. And I've put here on the top of this list that you're seeing now in front of you, I have a friend as a property manager. And the reason I put that in here as service is because lots of people have friends as property managers, and these people have probably had friends as property managers for many years. Why have they now decided at this point in time that they're going to shift their management over to their friend? And that's why I've put this in the service category, because it's more than likely that they're not seeing value from your service. So one of the things that I want you to look at here is, what are your internal systems and processes, and what are your feedback loops like? Are you actually asking your customers, are they doing or are they receiving, you know, good quality service from you? Are you delivering on what you should be delivering on? And aligning the team. If you don't align the team on what your business goals are and have a strategic plan in place that's identifying your priorities and all your action and waypoints to get to that, they're not aligned and they're not delivering a consistent service to your clients. Now, there's a deeper one in here. I have another YouTube video which you can watch around implementing team structure, and there's the one around induction and training. So there's a couple of other videos you can go and have a look at, which is going to help you fix this. But what I find in many businesses is the loss due to service is quite high, because they're not processing their internal procedures, which means they're not delivering consistent service to their clients, and that's causing termination due to service. Now, you don't have to accept, and I see this in many businesses where they've been in business for a long time, 10 years, 15 years, sometimes 20 years, and they just accept that they're going to lose clients due to service. Now, that's not always the case. If you're doing your job properly, then you won't be losing these clients due to service. So again, this is not a criticism, just challenging you to go and have a look at your internal processes and your systems and the way you're delivering service to your clients. The last one here is sales, and I put this last because I want to spend a bit of time here because this is one that could very much be preventable in your business, because many businesses are going to, they say, you know, owners are selling, and there's nothing we can do about that. But in actual fact, you probably can. Now, you can't prevent an owner from selling, but it's looking at the sales cycle and how you can interrupt that sales cycle and become very much a part of it. So what we wanted to have a look in here is that I've also put in here, you'll see the first reason, I'm displaying some reasons for you here. The first reason is investment's too hard and due to service. Now, I thought I would pop that one back in here again, because that is often the case. We had that in, you know, an owner moves in or they move in. Is often an owner will sell because it's the same reason. It's investment's just way too hard. It's costing me too much money and it's way too stressful for me and my family, so we're just going to offload it. So I did put that in there as number one. But the one I want to focus on today is the sales cycle. So what I'm advocating here is that each property management business should actually have a salesperson in it. Now, I'm not talking about the conventional broker side of the business. I'm talking about a salesperson that's dedicated to the property management business. Now, their job would be to act as a bit of a buyer's agent for your landlords or existing landlords in your business. So what I'm wanting to kind of propose to you here is that if you did a lot of research into your rent roll, you probably find that there's 20 to 30% of your owners that would be looking to buy a property in the next 12 months. So they're looking to increase their wealth portfolio by buying another property. You'll also find that there's probably 5 to 8%. Now, again, these are rough figures. 5 to 8% of owners that are wanting to sell out of your rent roll in the next 12 months. Now, what you've done by having intimate knowledge on those figures, what you've done is you've actually created a supply and demand problem in your own rent roll. You've got more owners wanting to buy properties than you have selling. So this is where I say having a salesperson working in your property management business is advantageous. It may not be, if you're a smaller business of 200 and 300 properties, there may not be enough work there for a dedicated salesperson. But definitely once you pop 500, 600 and over, there is a need to have a salesperson working inside your business. And what they would do is they would have intimate knowledge of every single landlord in your business. Their job would be to have relationships with all those landlords and know when they're wanting to sell or when they're wanting to buy, so that you can get those properties straight away. Now, if they're wanting to buy next, now your salesperson acts as a buyer's agent. And if you don't have the properties, you'll go out to the market and you'll find other properties on the market to sell to them as a buyer's agent. So then you're actually increasing the numbers in your rent roll through that method. The other method is that you take your existing properties. So landlords that are buying investment properties, they want to know, is the property easy to rent? How much rent is it going to get? How much maintenance am I going to have to spend on it each year? These are all the information that you have on investment properties already inside your business. So you can package up those properties that are owners wanting to sell now, because you have good relationships with them, they've come to you straight away, or you knew that they were wanting to sell. You would package them up and then you would market those to that 20 to 30% of owners that are wanting to buy, because you have a great investment property here that's got good returns and a good tenants and good maintenance, or low maintenance, annual maintenance, and it's ideal for an investor. Now, I get that there are markets out there that have a high owner-occupier rate and are probably not ideal for investments, and you've probably got a lot of reluctant landlords in those markets. So this process maybe doesn't work for you, but I'm appealing to the majority here about how you can interrupt sales in your business to make sure you're getting them, and of course creating your own cycle. So again, let's just review what we've tried to do here. So what I'm trying to do is get you to better understand why your landlords are terminating or why your clients are terminating. Don't just take it at face value. See if you can dig deeper into those and understand better why they're leaving, and see if you can offer solutions to that. So step 2, about reviewing your internal processes to see if you can grab some of those terminations and turn them into sales within your business or within your own marketplace, or perhaps even change them. So in instances where investment's too hard and it's probably an older property, perhaps again putting your wealth hat on and maybe selling them a new property and getting rid of that old one is probably a better strategy than just getting out of the investment market altogether. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being part of my YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe. You'll see in the bottom right hand corner there's a little subscribe button so that you can get updates on other YouTube videos that I'm putting up. Good luck with your high performing team. I'm Adam Hooley. Talk again soon.